And welcome back to the round 5 of Clash of Cultures. We tomato player are the new first player, and last round the metal player took over our city, but we were able to take them back by the end of the round. So it seems like our border is pretty secure right now, so we can finally do some development of our own. First off though, we have 3 trade routes, and with currency, so we get 3 gold. The first action we're going to take is to pay 2 gold, and we're gonna get the new events, Arts and Sculpture. We increase the culture level by 1, get a culture token, and draw an event card. So we got population boom. Place a free settler in one of your cities, then select an opponent who also gets to place a free settler in one of his cities. And this means the barbarians will attack us. We're going to get a new settler in this city. We're definitely not gonna pick the metal player because they attacked us and we don't like them. The green player just built a wanted last round, so they're way ahead in points. So I think we're gonna give the lemon people a new settler because they seem like they could really get their help. And this is the only barbarian settlement left, and it will attack the closest of my city, which is this one right here. But because my armies have steel weapons, so we will inflict 1 hit to the barbarian for sure. We just need to roll a die to see if the barbarian will inflict 1 hit to us. 4. So that's less than 5, so he doesn't land a hit. So my armies are still intact, but barbarian has been eliminated. And now we're going to play the text synerging action card. Play this card after getting an offense. Get another offense paying its cost. The new offense must be from the same category. So without an action cost, we're going to pay 1 food and 1 gold to get a second offense in the culture category. We're going to get circus and sports. So when I do civic improvement, my cities are considered 1 size smaller. So if I improve a size 2 city, I just need to use 1 mood token as opposed to 2. So now we increase the happiness by 1 and get a mood token there as well. So that's only 1 action. So my second action, we're going to use economic liberty. Well, we don't really use it, but the first collect action each turn has no action cost. We're activating this port city to collect 1 gold from the port and 1 food from there. For our actual second action, we're going to spend the food and the gold to get another offense. And this time, we're going to get civil liberties. So now, as an action, we can get 3 mood tokens. And we're going to use that as our third action to get 3 mood tokens. And now, we're going to use voting. Pay 1 mood token to take a civic improvement action at no action cost. So we're going to do just that. And because we have circus and sports, we have size 2 cities, but we can just use 1 mood token each to improve the happiness level. So we have 3 size 2 cities. We're going to spend 3 mood tokens to increase this city happiness level. So this city is now neutral, and this is happy, and that is happy. So I pay 1 mood token for each of these cities because they're considered as size 1 due to my circus and sports. And this ends our very first epic first turn of round 5 for the tomato player.
We metal people had an embarrassing round 4. We must somehow come back this round. Our first action, we will activate the port city to collect a mood token from the port and 2 ore. Second action, we'll activate our size 2 happy city to collect 2 food and 1 ore. And third action, we're going to build 2 army units in this city right here. And lastly, we'll pay a food to use our roads to move our army units 2 spaces. Oh, and we must pay 2 mood tokens to use our absolute power to use the 4th action. We're also gonna use drama and music to exchange our culture token into a mood token. And this ends the metal people's first turn of round 5. For the lemon people's first action, we're going to move one of the settlers here. And we're going to pay 1 food to use roads to move this twice. So once here to see what that is. So I had to place it this way Because if I do this, my settler will drown. And because I pay for roads, I can move one more space. I will move here. Second action, we're going to found a new city. Third action, we're going to spend 1 food, 1 ore, and 1 lumber to build a fortress by activating that city right here. And now we're going to pay 1 culture token to take a cultural influence action at no action cost because of our art and sculptures events. So we're going to influence this city, which is 3 spaces away from this city. And I can do that because I have a size 3 city, so I have a range of 3 spaces. And I only need a 4 or more to be successful because of my conversion events. Normally you would need a 5 or more. Here we go. 6. So it is a success. So now I have put the metal people's port under the lemon people's culture influence. Even though I don't have the fishing events to build ports, this is okay, I can still do this. And again, because of my conversion technology, we get 1 culture token back when we successfully culturally influence another player. And this ends the lemon people's first turn. So now it's green player's turn. We had a pretty good turn last round, so let's make sure we stay on top here. I think we have to strengthen this here because I think the metal player is plotting something to take the city back. So for our first action, we'll activate this city to collect an ore and 2 food. And because we have the Great Gardens Wonder, when we activate the city to collect, we can collect an extra food. And because of our public education, we get 1 idea for the academy there. Second action, we're going to activate this city and collect 3 ores. And again, because of public education, we get another idea resources. And third action, we're going to activate this city right here to build 3 army units. And because we have the nationalism, we also get a mood token when we build the army unit. And now we're going to use our absolute power by paying the 2 mood tokens to get an extra action this turn. And we're going to spend the 2 ideas to get new events. We will be getting husbandry. So now we can collect from land spaces up to 2 spaces away, but only once per turn. And normally you have to pay 1 food, but since we have the roads events, we don't have to pay the 1 food. And because of our free education, we get 1 mood token when we get events using ideas. So there we go. And that ends the green player's first turn.
So tomato player's turn again. We have 3 ships here, so we have trade routes and currency. We get 3 gold coins right away. And because of economic liberty, our first collect action has no action cost. We're going to activate this size 2 happy city to collect a lumber, an ore, and a food. And for our second action, we're going to activate this city to build a fortress by paying 3 gold. And for a second action, we're going to activate this city and spend a lumber, ore, and food to build another fortress. Final action, we're going to do a move. We're going to move this settler and this army unit, this one over here. And that's all 3 of our actions.
The situation does not look good for the metal people. The green people has now strengthened their defense, and now we have another threat coming from the tomato people. This must be karma. We have to defend our back door now too. For our first action, we're going to activate this size 1 happy city to spend 2 gold, a food, and ore to build 2 army units. And because of nationalism, we get 1 Mu token. Second action, we're going to use 2 of our Mu tokens to do a civic improvement. Going to make this city neutral. Third action, we're going to move our units, move these 2 units over to here. And now we're going to pay 2 Mu token to use absolute power to get a 4th action. And I'm going to pay 1 more culture token to play an action card, city growth. As an action at no resource cost, you may activate a city and increase its size. We're going to go ahead and reinforce this city by building a fortress. And this ends the Metal People's turn. Lemon People's turn. First action, we're going to activate this city to collect 2 food and 2 ore. And second action, we'll activate this size 2 happy city again to collect 2 ore and 1 food. And third action, we're going to spend 3 ore and 3 food to build and activate this city again to build 3 army units. And since this city has been activated twice in the same turn, it is no longer happy. We lemon people want to take back this city that is rightfully ours. Unfortunately, we don't have the military might to do it. However, we're going to pay 1 culture token to use art and sculptures to do a cultural influence at no action cost, so that we can get the points back using cultural influence. We'll roll a die and we need a 4 or more to succeed because of our conversion events. 1. So it was a fail. I could use more culture token to boost that into a 4, but I'm not going to do that. And the lemon people's turn ends. So us screen players' turn, it's gonna be fairly simple. This is pretty well defended, so we don't really need to worry about it anymore. So our first action, we're going to activate this city to collect some resources. We're going to collect 2 ore and 1 food. And because of our Great Gardens wonder, we can collect an extra food. And also because of our public education and this academy, we get 1 idea as well. Second action, we'll activate this city right here to collect a food, an ore, and a lumber. And we'll also get 1 idea because of our public education and because we have the academy there. For our third action, we're going to use the 2 ideas to get a new events. And we're going to get totalitarianism, or however the heck you pronounce that word. Because without the lemon people trying to culturally influence our city, we're gonna prevent that from happening. So now they cannot boost cultural influence range and roles in my cities with armies. And that's gonna be very helpful for us. And because of our free education, we get 1 Mu token when we spend the 2 ideas to get the events. And now we're going to spend the 2 Mu token to use absolute power to get an extra action this turn. And for the extra action, we're going to spend the lumber, the food, and the ore to build a port. And because this city was activated twice, once to collect resources, it is no longer happy. And that ends the green player's turn.
We tomato player now has 4 trade routes, 3 from the ship and 1 from the settler that's within 2 space of these cities here. So we get 4 gold coins. And we're going to activate this city to collect 2 food and 1 ore. And that doesn't cost an action because of our economic liberty. For our first action, we're going to activate this city to spend our 2 food, 1 ore, and 3 gold to build 3 army units. Second action, we're going to move. So we'll move 2 of the units. We'll move the settler to here. And we'll move the settler to here. And third action, we're going to found a new city. We have also completed the new founder objective. Immediately after founding a city, at least 5 spaces from the space of your starting city. Our starting city was this one, and we just founded this one. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces away. So we complete the objective and get 2 extra points. And that ends the tomato player's turn.
Metal people's turn. Thank goodness the tomato people did not attack us. I don't think we need to be concerned about here, because the green player, if they attack us, the lemon people has a chance to take back their cities. For our first action, we're going to activate this city to collect a gold from the port, food, and an ore. For our second action, we're going to spend the food and the gold to get a new offense. We're going to get state religion. So if we build a temple, doesn't require any food. We increase the happiness level by 1 and get a mood token. But now we must draw an event card. I suppose our metal citizens are not happy that we keep on waging wars against other people, so now they have revolution. I must suppose lose an action this turn, which I have 1 left, and transfer all your offenses from one government category to another government category that you have access to. You may ignore one of these above effect for each army unit you choose to eliminate. Actually, this works out well. So this symbol means I get 2 gold coins. And now, lose an action. So I had a third action, but I'm gonna lose it. And transfer all events from one government to another government. So now I have to transfer autocracy to theocracy. That's the only other government type I have available. And I can rearrange the queues any way I want to. So now I have fanaticism, devotion, and dogma. We get devotion, so now that if people cannot do cultural influence range roles boost in cities with temples, so the lemon people cannot influence my cities anymore, or they still can, but they cannot boost it with the culture tokens, and the metal people's turn ends. We lemon people miscalculated our resources a little, so we could not do what we had planned. It's okay, we'll just wait for the next round. For our first action, we'll activate this city right here to collect 2 food and 1 lumber. Second action, we'll activate this city right here to collect 2 ore and 1 food. For our third action, we're going to spend the 2 food to get a new offense. We will get philosophy. So now we get 1 idea, and every time we get a science, we get also 1 idea as well. 1 idea, but remember, because of dogma, I can have a limit of 2 ideas. Now we increase the happiness level by 1 and get a moon token. And that ends the lemon people's turn. Okay, for the last turn of this round, not too sure why the tomato people had a city there, but theoretically he can just build 1 army and move here, and then I lose that city right away. So that's not gonna happen. So for our first action, we're going to activate this city to collect 2 ore and a lumber. And because of our great gardens, we also get 1 food. And because of academy and public education, we get 1 idea. Second action, we'll activate this city right here to collect a ore, a food, and a lumber. And third action, we'll activate this city by paying, and we'll pay 3 food and 3 ore to build 3 army units. And because we have nationalism, we get 1 Mu token. And this ends our turn.
For this status phase, we tomato player complete the sea lanes. You have 2 or more trade routes using ships. So I have 3 ships, so that's no problem at all. We have also completed the threat objective. You have at least 4 army units adjacent to another player's city, and we have 4 right here. So that's another 2 points for the tomato player. For the free offense, we're going to go ahead and get taxation. So now I can pay 1 Mu token to get 1 gold for each city we have. And right now we have 4 cities, so that's 4 gold. Because the economic liberty allows us to have the first collect action at no action cost. But any additional collect action costs 2 Mu tokens. So why pay 2 Mu tokens when you can just pay 1 and get a bunch of gold, right?
Unfortunately, we metal people did not complete any objective this status phase. For our free events, we're going to get circus and sports. So that our civic improvement, we can spend 1 less Mu token. So our city size is considered 1 size less. We increase the happiness level by 1, and we also get another Mu token. We lemon people unfortunately did not complete any objectives this status phase either. For our free offense though, we're going to go ahead and get rituals. So now resources can be used as Mu token for civic improvement. We increase the culture level by 1 and get 1 culture token. And unfortunately for us screen player, we also did not complete any objective this round. For our free events, we're going to get philosophy. So we get 1 idea for doing that. And we also increase the happiness level by 1, get a Mu token, and we have to draw an event card. So we get famine, but everybody has irrigation. So nobody is affected by this card at all. Otherwise, they have to lose 2 food, which is pretty bad. Alright, that's it for round 5 of Clash of Cultures. I'm really surprised by the tomato player. They have come back so much from getting beat down by the metal player in the 4th round. And now it looks like the metal player are the ones in trouble right now because their empires are shrinking. And the lemon people doesn't seem to be doing too well either. But with 3 more turns and 3 actions in each turn, things may just happen, tides may change. So we'll see what happens in the final round of the game. So I've already drawn the new objective and action cards for all the players. I'll show you at the end of the video. Nobody wants to get rid of their size 1 city. And the new first player, so the green player has a combined happiness and culture level of, let's see, 7 plus 6, 13. The metal people have 13. The lemon has 12. And the tomato has 11. So the metal people, since they are to the left of the tomato player, they get to decide who to go first. And they have decided to adapt our strategy, so they want to go last. So they make the lemon people the first player. So next round, the lemon people will go first. Alright, thanks you for watching. I hope you really enjoyed it. And I also hope you will join me in the next video as we see the final round played out for this game. Okay, see you then.